Hi guys, this is Zero here. Just doing a quick video. Well, if you read the title, you know what I'm talking about. Street Fighter Cross Mega Man. I'm excited. A new Mega Man game in 8-bit style, but the bosses are Street Fighter characters, and I like Street Fighter. It's one of my favorite fighting games, so seems like a pretty good idea. Like, I'm not hardcore into Street Fighter or anything. It's a game I like playing from time to time. So there's a couple questions I'm sure everybody has right off the bat. Number one, am I gonna play it? Well, of course. It's like a day one game for me. Number two, am I gonna review it or let's play it? Review, yes. I mean, it's kind of obvious. I kind of have to. And let's play. I want to play through it first before I even say that. I usually don't play LP games that are brand new, but in this case, I mean, especially since we've been waiting for a new one for a long time, I think it's okay if I bend the rules a little bit. Anyways, so let me give you a little backstory about this. First of all, the game was developed by a guy in Singapore. I can't remember his name. I'll put it on the screen if I get it on text, if I can remember. And he approached Sven from Capcom with an early build. He tried it out, he liked it, he passed it around in the company, and people really liked it. So they said, we're going to publish this. So they worked with the developer, and now we've got the game coming out. It's first of all, it's a crossover between Street Fighter and Mega Man, probably to go with both their anniversaries. Like I said, it's a PC game. It's only going to be for PC so far. It hasn't been announced for anything else, and it's free. So if you haven't played a Mega Man game yet, and you've been a little iffy about trying it, get this one. It's free. So there's really no reason not to pick this up, unless you're really low on hard drive space. But I don't see this game being like hard drives heavy. So I also don't think it's going to be like spec heavy either. So, which is good, because I don't really have a very good gaming PC. My PC really isn't meant for gaming anyways. I just want to comment on a few things. Mostly like fan reaction. Now, personally, when I saw the trailer, I'm excited. I want to play this game. It's coming out December 17th, like just over a week. In fact, a week today is when it's coming out. So, excuse me, I burped. I'm excited. However, there's several reactions I'm seeing. One, there's people like me who are excited to play the game. And is Capcom forgiven? Not really, but I think this is basically a way for them to say, we're sorry guys, we fucked up. We fucked up. The last 2 years we fucked up bad. So we're gonna make this official, this fan game official, and give it to you for free, pretty much. So I think the biggest complaint people are coming with would be like, oh, it's a fan game, so it wasn't developed by Capcom. Well, let me put this into perspective. Mega Man's 9 and 10 also weren't developed by Capcom. From what I understand, that developer did the same thing. They approached Capcom with the idea. They said, do it, and did it, and then we got the game. So, and 9 and 10 are damn good games. I have yet to find somebody who tells me they're not good. But it's the same thing. Like, the way I see it, it's the same thing as if they got another developer to do one of the games. And Capcom doesn't make all their games, of course. They have different developers doing them. They're entities, and they do make a lot of their games, but a good portion of them are given to other studios they own, or studios that are interested in the project, whatever it may be. So the whole thing about it not being made by Capcom, first of all, like, how many games do they actually make a year? Like, just them, other than Monster Hunter? Not a lot. So, so it's like, even like, you know, stuff like Resident Evil. Certain Resident Evil games are made by a different studio. Almost every franchise they have, at least one of their games was made by another studio. Street Fighter Cross Tekken was mostly developed by the Tekken guys, from what I understand. But these are just examples. Like, basically the point I'm trying to get at is these days, and I'm not just saying Capcom, there are a lot of developers, a lot of companies do this. They don't always develop their games in-house, they outsource a lot. And they still keep the publishing rights. THQ is a great example. Oh, THQ. Poor THQ. You're dying. But yeah, the whole thing about it, oh, they didn't develop it, or it's a fan game. Whatever, guys. Free Mega Man game, whatever. Take it or leave it, I don't really care. The other thing, I think, is that people are upset that it's a crossover with Street Fighter. First of all, why? Like, would you prefer 8 generic Robot Masters? It's technically the same thing. In fact, it is the same thing. Based on what I've seen in the trailer, it's a Mega Man game. The only difference is the villains happen to be Street Fighter characters. So, it's no different than if I took Mega Man Engine and put 8 robots I pull out of my ass in it. It's the same thing. So, is that really a big complaint from people? Like, just because they're Street Fighter characters? In fact, like, I'm interested to see, like, I've seen stuff like, just an example, Dalsim fights the same way in the game as he does in Street Fighter. So, and of course, Ryu has the Hadouken and stuff. And then Chun-Li has, her weapon is the kick thing, and seeing Mega Man do the kick is pretty funny. So, it's basically, they're just incorporating Street Fighter into a Mega Man game for the most part. That's what it is. So, honestly, there's no reason to be upset about that. If you really, really hate Street Fighter, then maybe. Because I've seen a couple guys, there's one guy who's like, oh, Guilty Gear's far superior to Street Fighter in every way. So what? Like, do you like Mega Man? Yeah, well, you're still gonna play the fucking game, I know you will, so... just kinda dumb. Anyways, I'm excited for it. You should be excited for it. If you want to get the game, go back to Capcom Unity's Mega Man group, and the game will be available to download free for PC users. So, no word on Mac or any consoles yet, and no word on joystick support, which I'm assuming it's going to have, but I hope it does. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and I'll have something from it coming out. So, stay tuned.